All right. All right. Started. So, honestly, AI is going to make you rich. And before you laugh, and I know a lot of people are literally anti AI, but I'll explain how it can make you rich, right? So, one of those core things which are happening these days um, is that a lot of people are trying to build something of their own. At least AI has given them the ability to start something, a business, website, maybe like SEO of their own, digital marketing, Google Ads, image generation, everything like that, right? So I was basically sitting with this guy who was going back and forth with the discussion that he wanted to start a business. And I said, you know what, you gotta start anything that AI is destroying right now. Now, that's absurd, because literally AI has completely taken over coding. That's what they say. It has completely taken over apps because you can just go on Replit or you can go on Lovable and then create your apps. It has also reduced the number of jobs that you would get by people wanting you to create something for you, like a ad post or maybe a social media post, or people who have been in content writing. They have been massively hit by AI. That's true. And also, one of the core things is now people don't give you websites to make. They just make their own websites. Well, that's great. I mean, that's great. Now, thousands and thousands of companies all over the world have suffered this and they have been closed. I'll just take a sip and then I'll continue. Now, is it really because of AI that they've been, shut down? Or is it because of their business model that could not work and could not function for a very long time? Let me give you an insight, right? Now, what AI has done is taken hold of the average work, which is all over the internet, learned from that, and now it produces average work, which anybody who was below average or who did not have the skills to even do an average work would now be able to do it. Now, average work previously was bad, right? And those companies who wanted to play in volume, which means they were selling websites for $50. I've seen those ads, websites for $100, and they would just give you a templated website, and then really poor website with literally no good metrics. It would not even rank in SEO. It would not basically get optimized for Google Maps. It was just a mess, right? Even if you tried Google Ads on them, it would not function. So, what did people really do at that time? So, at that time, people would then spend more money on a better vendor. They would check reviews, they would see that, okay, cheap stuff is always cheap and doesn't function. So, we have to now pay more to a better company who can basically give us a better, um, quality. Now, if you realize that in digital volume businesses, the lifetime value of any customer is pretty low. Like they would come for one single job and then they would leave because deep down they also know this work isn't up to the par and they wouldn't like it. And you would then start finding other customers because you're so cheap that everybody wanted to get something initially done. So that was the market, right? Now, what has happened really is that the cheap market of people who do not want to spend, they now get it done by AI. So all these companies who were playing, um, on volume rather than quality are shutting down because they're not getting the business and they've never learned how to produce good work. right? So I'm going to show you an example, right? So I saw this website pretty recently. I'm going to switch the screen. This is a little bit, trickier. Okay, I can see myself well. That's great. So uh, this website is AI generated mess, right? I saw this website like a couple of weeks ago, maybe months ago. And now this website has all the telltale signs of an AI generated slop. And if you can see weird lighting going, I don't know what's happening here. It's just randomly moving from green to gray to maybe purple and black. And then it's just literally so bad that your eyes hurt looking at this website. But that's a design. Maybe somebody likes it. It's okay. But when I checked its metrics, you'd see the performance is abysmal, the accessibility. SEO is 100% because there's nothing on the website to fix, right? For SEO, there's no pages that would rank ever. So that's the thing here, right? Now, considering the situation that people are into right now, we need to realize the opportunity, right? Recently, I have been getting a lot of inquiries for fixing vibe coded slop, which means they're literally apps. There are complete dashboards made, they're AI SaaS products. Whether they have built-in AI or not, they're just built by AI, but some random douche who was sitting on Cursor or these different tools, anti-gravity and stuff, and making stuff, right? And now they can't sell that, right? Because the whole point of SaaS was that your product should solve a problem, right? So what people started doing was, because now Google doesn't even allow people to go deep into the search engine, and they would just give you an AI overview. So let's suppose I have an idea. Let's make a fitness tracker app, and a lot of people are not using it. And why don't I just create it by some sort of tool like Lovable? And now, without researching the market, without knowing that there are 10,000 other really nice fitness tracking apps, you just start vibe coding, right? So people are starting to burn money there. Now, eventually, what happens is that they learn that this particular app is not going to sell, right? Or my website that I've made is not ranking. So now what they do is they go again to AI and they say, okay, this is the feature I think would work. And they start building features and waste like tens and thousands of hours, right? And once they go through all that journey, they realize that AI now is hallucinating because it cannot hold context. And when it cannot hold context, it makes such big mistakes that sometimes your environment files, which are highly important, are leaked or they're exposed, your APIs are exposed. Sometimes the database crashes, sometimes it just completely destroys the database. And now they have this whole, shitload of mess that they've created. And now they have nothing and they have no way to get it fixed, right? So what they do is they now are approaching companies who were into development, who were into design, who were good at their work, right? And they say, okay, this is my app. I launched this as an MVP through Lovable or whatever. And now I'm not getting clients, or it's crashing, or it doesn't work the way I want. So please fix it. Now, this is the point where the companies are making a lot of money, because now they know that this person is extremely annoyed because he can't, go far, really far, or till the end of, what he wanted. Now he wants somebody else to work on it. And when these companies see it, they then have a decision to make. Either we're going to fix that slop, read thousands and thousands of bloated code, or just do it again, right? And most of the time, I'll be very honest with you. Most of the time, the code that they are basically when you see the code, it's better to redo that rather than just to you know uh, fix that. And that's when these people pay. So if you are starting a digital agency, it could be any sort of agency, whether it's a software development side, apps, websites, or anything. Instead of saying I'll build you a website, say I'll fix your website, or I'll redesign your website, or I'll redesign your app, or I'll fix your app, or whatever your positioning is, right? Now this messaging is getting popularity because people have seen that till a certain point, AI looks really fancy, really cool, generating 1,000 lines, and people bragging about it on X, and they're saying, "Oh, I built an app in 3 minutes." But the reality of it is, it's not functioning. So if you are the guy who holds the real knowledge about whatever you are into, for example, let's say you're a designer. So if you're a designer and you have in-depth knowledge of Figma, you know Photoshop, you know video editing, you do Adobe, stuff like what's that app called After Effects. So obviously now these people are going to come to you and they're going to say, okay, take my money and fix it, because you have not relied on AI. So being anti AI just for the sake of being anti AI is wrong, but being anti AI and see what AI does consistently wrong and then getting it fixed is the best business model that you can start today. And you'll see in couple of months and years, your agency will be the top agency fixing the slop, right? So that's something, I believe is going to happen, and eventually it is going to happen, because let's be honest, folks, right? Google just released Flash 3.5, the Gemini model, and it says it's faster, it's better, and it's even comparable to the frontier models, right? But technically, if you still search on Google, you'd find it's the same, right? It produces the same slop, it makes the same mistakes. It would still, pull out websites from 2013 to give you the information, which is absolutely outdated or completely wrong sometimes. So it's not better, right? It's just that it's a fancy way of saying that, oh, you look at my new shiny clothes and it keeps me warmer than before, but actually the whole material inside is the same. So it doesn't really function at all, right? So we should take this as an opportunity that this is the point where you can make a six-figure business just by, like I said, fixing these mistakes, right? So that's one of the things that I've seen. And in my business, a lot of people, come for the same thing. And I'm glad AI is here because it's flushing out the bad companies. And now, previously, I used to hear that this guy or this company has scammed me because they gave me a website completely templated from WordPress, and they have sold the same website to 10 other companies. And they would blame humans for that. But now people have started blaming AI, which is a good thing, because now they will have more trust in humanity. So why not? That makes me happy, actually. So yeah. So concluding here, I just wanted to uh, just speak my heart out. If you are somebody who's like stuck in the same loop, you have created an app and you're like, what the hell do I do with it, right? And I have no means to scale it. I give you only two, advices there. One is that you start learning coding yourself, enroll in some, good reputable course. There are tons on YouTube for free, and understand the code and start coding again. Or you could hire a company like me to fix the slop that you've created, because ultimately the time uh, is more valuable than money. And if you spend like thousands of hours on something that doesn't even function, and you also spend a lot of money on this AI slop generators, then obviously you should save your time, learn sales first, maybe learn marketing. So whatever you've created can be put ahead and can be put in front of a lot of people who want to actually purchase your product. So thank you for joining in. I have put a link in my description. If you want to get in touch, feel free to do it. Also, if you don't like the video, please hit the dislike button. I'd love that, because I know that this video is not helpful for you, and let's not make that sloppy content again, right? But if you like the video, please hit the like and share. It would tremendously help this rebirth of my channel. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.